Welcome to Stairway to English. In this video, you'll not only practice your English listening and reading skills, you'll also learn how to stop caring about what others think and build real mental strength. If you enjoy learning English through motivational stories, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below telling us one lesson you learned today. Let's grow stronger together, in English and in life. Episode 1: The Walls of the Mind. Sometimes life feels like a battlefield. Every day you wake up and face noise from people, problems, and opinions. Some people tell you what to do, what to wear, how to think, and who you should be. The world is loud, and everyone seems to want something from you. Slowly, you begin to lose yourself. You forget your dreams, your peace, and your strength. But there comes a time when you must stop and ask, what do I really care about? That question is the first brick in your mental fortress. A fortress is not a physical wall. It is a space in your mind where you are safe from the world's chaos. It is the place where peace lives, where your voice is louder than others. But most people never build this fortress. They let everyone's opinions enter their minds freely, like strangers walking into a home without knocking. That is why they feel tired, anxious, and lost. To build your mental fortress, you must first understand one truth. You cannot control the world, but you can control your mind. You cannot stop others from judging you, but you can stop caring about their judgment. Every strong person you admire, philosophers, leaders, creators, learned this truth early in life. They knew that real power is not about controlling others, but mastering oneself. Think of your mind as a castle in the middle of a storm. The wind screams, the rain hits the walls, and the sky turns dark. But inside the castle, there is calm. You sit by the fire, warm and silent, watching the storm outside. That is what it feels like to have inner strength. You do not fight every storm. You simply stay centered. But this strength does not come easily. It takes time to build your walls, one thought at a time. At first, you will still care too much about what people say. You will still want to please others. But slowly, something begins to change. You start to ask yourself, does this matter? Most of the time, the answer is no. Someone's negative comment online? It doesn't matter. A stranger's opinion of your life? It doesn't matter. The only thing that truly matters is the direction of your own heart. When you stop caring about unimportant things, you gain energy for what truly matters. You become lighter. You begin to see that your mind is not a prison. It can be a fortress of peace. But first, you must learn to guard your gates. Not every word deserves your attention. Not every problem is yours to solve. When you choose what enters your mind, you begin to live with intention. Building your mental fortress also means being comfortable with silence. Many people fear silence because they are afraid of hearing their own thoughts. But silence is where healing begins. When you turn off your phone, step away from noise, and breathe deeply, you start to hear your real voice again. That voice is honest, kind, and wise. It knows what you need. It knows who you are. The modern world wants you to care too much about trends, likes, money, and approval. But the more you care about everything, the less peace you have. Caring less doesn't mean you stop loving people or stop trying. It means you stop wasting energy on things that don't help your growth. You stop chasing validation. You stop being a slave to opinions. Imagine you are walking through a busy city. People are rushing, talking, and shouting, but you move calmly, quietly, without hurry. You smile because you know something others don't. You know that your peace is your power, that calmness is the strongest armor a human can wear. In the end, your mental fortress is built not from bricks, but from decisions. Every time you choose not to react, you place a new stone. Every time you forgive, stay calm, or walk away from negativity, you make the walls higher. Slowly, your mind becomes unshakable. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, what am I protecting? If the answer is your peace, your truth, and your dreams, then you are already building your fortress. And tomorrow, when the world gets loud again, remember, you are not part of every fight. You are not here to please everyone. You are here to grow stronger, wiser, and freer. The first lesson of building your mental fortress is simple, but powerful. Stop caring about what doesn't matter. Because the less you care about noise, the more you can hear your inner peace. Episode 2. Control your emotions, control your life. Your emotions are like waves in the ocean. Sometimes they are calm and peaceful. Sometimes they are strong and wild. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf them. This is the secret of inner strength, learning to control your emotions instead of being controlled by them. When you control your emotions, you begin to control your life. Many people live like small boats in a big storm. They go wherever the wind takes them. If someone says something nice, they feel happy. If someone criticizes them, they feel broken. Their peace depends on what happens around them. But when your peace depends on others, you will always be weak. True power comes when your emotions are no longer the boss of you. Building your mental fortress means learning to stay calm in the middle of emotional chaos. Imagine someone shouts at you or tries to make you angry. Your first instinct is to shout back or to feel hurt. But what if, instead, you take a deep breath and say nothing? You observe the moment without reaction. You stay still inside, like a mountain standing in the wind. That is emotional mastery. Aristotle once said, "Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, at the right time, that is not easy." Emotional control doesn't mean you never feel anything. It means you understand your feelings and use them wisely. Anger, sadness, or fear are not your enemies. They are teachers. They show you where your mind is weak and where you need to grow stronger. Let's be honest. Controlling emotions is one of the hardest things to learn. Sometimes you wake up and feel heavy without knowing why. Sometimes you lose your temper and regret it later. That's okay. Emotional control is not perfection, it's practice. Every time you choose patience instead of anger or understanding instead of judgment, you are training your mind. You are lifting emotional weights. You are building strength from the inside out. In your mental fortress, emotions are like visitors. Some are calm guests who bring peace, like gratitude or love. Others are noisy guests who want to stay too long, like fear or jealousy. But you are the owner of the house. You can decide who stays and who leaves. You do not need to let every feeling control you. You can open the door for peace and close it on chaos. Another powerful lesson: Your emotions follow your thoughts. If you think negatively, you will feel negative. If you think calmly, you will feel calm. The mind is the source and emotion is the echo. So, if you want to control your emotions, start by controlling your thoughts. Replace I can't with I will try. Replace everything is terrible with I can handle this. These small mental shifts build emotional walls that protect your peace. Let's imagine a real situation. You post something online and someone leaves a rude comment. Your first reaction might be anger or embarrassment. You want to reply immediately to defend yourself. But then you stop and think, why should I let one stranger control my mood? You take a breath, smile, and move on. You just won. You didn't let your emotions defeat you. You defeated them. That's how warriors of the mind live. Emotional control also means understanding that some things are not personal. Sometimes people act badly because they are hurt, not because of you. When you realize this, you stop reacting with pain and start responding with wisdom. You see people as they are, humans, just like you, trying to deal with their own storms. Compassion is also part of your fortress. But controlling emotions does not mean hiding them. Suppressing emotions means pretending they don't exist. Controlling them means feeling them without letting them rule your actions. For example, if you feel sad, you allow yourself to feel it, but you also remind yourself, this feeling will pass. You become the observer, not the victim. A powerful way to train emotional control is through silence and reflection. Every day, take a few minutes to sit quietly and notice what you feel. Don't fight it, just observe it. Ask yourself, why do I feel this? Over time, you will start to see patterns. You will know which situations steal your peace and which people drain your energy. And once you know that, you can protect your mind better. Remember this truth. Calmness is not weakness. In fact, calmness is a superpower. Anyone can shout or panic, but it takes real strength to stay still when the world shakes. When others lose control, you stay grounded. That is how true leaders and wise people live. Your mind is like a fortress, and emotions are like fire. Fire can destroy the fortress, or it can keep it warm. It depends on how you use it. The goal is not to kill your emotions, but to learn how to light them in the right way. So today, start small. When something annoys you, take one deep breath before reacting. When you feel angry, remind yourself, I am stronger than this feeling. Step by step, your emotions will become your allies, not your enemies. When you can control your emotions, you are no longer a prisoner of the outside world. You become free. You move with peace, you speak with clarity, and you live with confidence. And that is the second wall of your mental fortress: emotional discipline. Episode 3. Master your thoughts, master your world. Your thoughts are the architects of your life. Everything you feel, everything you do, everything you become starts in your mind. If your thoughts are clear, your life becomes clear. If your thoughts are dark, your life becomes dark. This is why learning to master your thoughts is one of the most important steps in building your mental fortress. Every day, thousands of thoughts pass through your mind. Some are positive and helpful. I can do this. I'm learning. I'm growing. Others are negative and harmful. I'll never be good enough. everything always goes wrong. You may not control which thoughts come to you, but you can choose which ones to believe. That choice decides the direction of your life. Imagine your mind as a garden. Every thought is a seed. Positive thoughts grow into beautiful flowers. Negative thoughts grow into weeds that choke your happiness. You can't stop all the weeds from appearing, but you can decide which ones to water. Every time you repeat a thought, you water it. So the more you think, "I'm not capable," the stronger that weed becomes. But the more you say, "I can improve," the stronger your flowers grow. The first step in mastering your thoughts is awareness. Many people let their minds run wild without even noticing what they're thinking. They live on autopilot, repeating old stories of fear, regret, or failure. But when you become aware of your thoughts, you begin to take back control. You start seeing the patterns that hold you back. For example, you might notice that every time you face a challenge, your first thought is, "I'll probably fail." Once you see it, you can question it. Wait, is that true? What if I succeed this time? This simple act of questioning can change your entire mindset. Awareness is like turning on a light in a dark room. The second step is replacing negativity. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, don't fight it. Transform it. Replace "I'm not good enough" with "I'm learning every day." Replace "this is too hard" with "this is a chance to grow stronger." Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means choosing the most useful thoughts in each moment. Many people believe that thoughts just appear and disappear, but in truth, thoughts are habits. Your brain gets used to thinking in certain patterns. If you always expect the worst, your brain will continue to do that automatically. The good news is, with practice, you can create new patterns. You can train your brain to think with confidence, not fear. Here's a simple mental exercise. When you wake up each morning, take a few seconds to think 3 positive thoughts. Something you're grateful for, something you're looking forward to, something you like about yourself. This tiny habit starts your day with light. It teaches your mind to look for good things instead of bad ones. Another technique is mental distance. When you have a negative thought, don't become it. Step back and observe it. Say to yourself, "I'm having a thought that I might fail." Notice the difference. It's not, "I will fail." It's, "I'm having a thought." This distance weakens the power of the thought. It reminds you that thoughts are not facts. They are just clouds passing through the sky of your mind. You can also strengthen your thoughts by controlling what you feed your brain. If you constantly watch negative news, listen to gossip, or scroll through social media comparing your life to others, your mind becomes heavy. But if you read inspiring stories, learn new things, and spend time in nature, your thoughts become lighter and cleaner. Remember, your mind becomes what it consumes. People with weak minds let their thoughts control them. People with strong minds guide their thoughts like a captain steering a ship. When the waves of worry hit, they adjust the sail and keep moving forward. When fear appears, they acknowledge it, but don't let it change their direction. There's also a beautiful truth about thoughts. They create emotion. A calm thought creates calm feelings. A fearful thought creates anxiety. If you want peace, start by planting peaceful thoughts. It's impossible to have a peaceful life with a stormy mind. Let's take an example. Imagine you're waiting for a message from someone important, and it doesn't come. Your mind starts whispering, "They're ignoring me. They don't care about me." Soon, you feel sad or angry. But if you replace that thought with, "Maybe they're busy. It's not about me," you immediately feel better. The situation hasn't changed, but your inner world has. That is the power of your thoughts. One more thing. Don't believe every thought you think. The mind can be a liar. Sometimes it tells you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not loved enough. But those thoughts are only echoes of past pain. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. You are the watcher, not the storm. When you start mastering your thoughts, life becomes simpler. You stop fighting yourself. You start understanding that your inner peace doesn't depend on what happens outside, but on what happens inside. Building your mental fortress means protecting your mind like a sacred space. Only let in thoughts that make you stronger, wiser, and calmer. When a negative thought knocks, ask, "Does this thought help me?" If not, let it go. Because once you master your thoughts, you master your emotions. And once you master your emotions, you master your world. That is how the strongest minds are built, one thought at a time. Episode 4. Unshakable Confidence. Stop needing approval. Confidence is not about being the loudest person in the room. It's not about showing off or pretending to be perfect. Real confidence is quiet. It comes from inside. It is the deep belief that you are enough, even when no one is watching, even when no one agrees with you. Most people today live like mirrors. They only reflect what others think of them. If someone likes them, they feel happy. If someone criticizes them, they feel worthless. They depend on others to tell them who they are. But here is the truth. When you let others control how you feel, you become their prisoner. If you want to build your mental fortress, you must learn to stand strong in your own opinion of yourself. You must stop waiting for permission to feel good. Confidence begins when you decide that your worth is not for others to measure. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you post something online, maybe a photo or a comment. If people like it, you feel great. But if nobody reacts, you start to doubt yourself. Maybe it was stupid. Maybe people don't like me. See what happened? Your happiness was placed in someone else's hands. And that's dangerous. Because the moment you give people the power to make you feel good, you also give them the power to make you feel bad. Confidence is like a shield. When people praise you, you accept it, but don't depend on it. When people criticize you, you listen if it's useful, but you don't collapse. Their words cannot touch your inner peace because your value doesn't come from their opinion. It comes from who you know you are. There's a powerful exercise you can practice. Each morning, before you start your day, stand in front of a mirror and say out loud 3 things you respect about yourself. It could be small things. I'm kind to people. I keep trying even when it's hard. I'm learning something new. These statements remind your brain that your value comes from your actions and your heart, not from others' reactions. Many people believe confidence comes from success, but that's not true. Confidence comes from surviving failure. Every time you fall, but get back up, your inner strength grows. Confidence is not built by always winning, it's built by never giving up. Think about children learning to walk. They fall again and again, but they never say, "I can't do this." They get up and try again until they succeed. That's the natural human spirit before fear and doubt appear. Confidence is returning to that state of courage, where mistakes don't define you, they teach you. The world today often makes us forget this. Social media shows perfect images, perfect lives, perfect bodies. We compare ourselves and think we are not enough. But remember, comparison is the thief of joy. Everyone's path is different. Some people run fast, some walk slowly, some take detours. But the destination of growth is the same. You don't need to be like anyone else. You just need to be the best version of yourself. Another secret to unshakable confidence is accepting imperfection. Nobody has everything figured out. Even the people you admire have fears, doubts, and failures. Confidence is not pretending to have no weakness. It's knowing your weakness and still walking forward. It's saying, yes, I'm not perfect, but I'm still worthy. There will be moments when people misunderstand you. They might laugh at your dreams or doubt your ability. When that happens, don't waste your energy trying to convince them. Just smile and continue your path. Time will prove your strength. Silence often speaks louder than words. Let's remember something powerful. People's opinions are temporary. What they think of you today might change tomorrow, but your self-belief must stay permanent. It's the foundation of your mental fortress. When you stop needing approval, you gain freedom. You stop walking on eggshells trying to please everyone. You speak your truth with respect, but without fear. You live according to your values, not others' expectations. Confidence also grows when you keep promises to yourself. Every time you say, "I'll wake up early," and you do it, your brain learns to trust you. Every time you say, "I'll practice English," and you follow through, you build integrity. Keeping your word to yourself is the strongest fuel for self-belief. You must also learn to forgive yourself. Sometimes you'll make mistakes. You'll say the wrong thing or miss an opportunity. But instead of punishing yourself, treat yourself with kindness. You're human. Growth is messy. Every lesson is part of your evolution. Here's a powerful truth. When you truly accept yourself, the world starts to accept you too. People can feel your energy. When you walk with quiet confidence, they sense your calm. You no longer need to prove your worth. It shines naturally. So, to build unshakable confidence, stop comparing yourself to others. Trust your own judgment. Keep promises to yourself. Learn from failure, not fear it. Speak your truth with kindness. Your mind is your home. Don't let others decorate it with their opinions. Build it strong, peaceful, and free. Confidence doesn't mean you never doubt. It means that when doubt comes, you don't let it stay. Remember this, my friend. You are already enough. You don't need more likes, more approval, or more validation to prove your value. You are valuable simply because you exist. And that belief, once it becomes part of you, can never be taken away. That's what it means to be truly confident. Episode 5. Living with Inner Peace and Strength. When you build your mental fortress, it is not just about becoming hard or emotionless. It is also about finding peace and balance inside yourself. You learn to stop reacting to every small thing, and instead you begin to respond with calm understanding. You start to realize that your peace is your greatest power, and protecting it is more important than pleasing people or proving yourself. In this final part of our journey, let's explore how to live every day with inner peace and strong mental boundaries. When you stop caring about what doesn't matter, you start to care deeply about what truly does, your values, your dreams, and your inner strength. Imagine a quiet place inside your mind where nothing can disturb you. It is like a fortress, but not cold or dark. It is peaceful, warm, and full of light. Inside this place, you can breathe freely. You can think clearly. You can be yourself without fear or pressure. This is the goal of building your mental fortress, to live with peace, not with fear. Many people think strength means fighting, arguing, or being louder than others. But true strength is silent. It is the ability to stay calm when everything around you is loud. It is the power to say, "This doesn't deserve my energy," and to walk away. It is not weakness to stay quiet. It is wisdom. You save your energy for things that help you grow instead of wasting it on things that make you angry or sad. To live this way, you must train your mind every day. Just like you train your body, your mind needs exercise. When you wake up, remind yourself, "Today, I will protect my peace." Throughout the day, if someone tries to upset you, imagine you are behind the walls of your fortress. You hear them, but their words cannot touch you. You remain calm. You stay strong. You choose peace again and again. Another important part of mental strength is acceptance. Some things in life cannot be changed. People will talk, situations will be unfair, and not everyone will like you. That's okay. Once you accept this truth, you stop fighting it. Acceptance gives you freedom. You don't waste time trying to change the world's opinion about you. You simply do your best and let go of the rest. Also, don't forget kindness, both to yourself and to others. Some people confuse not caring with being cold or rude, but true emotional independence is not about closing your heart. It's about opening it in a smarter way. You can still care for others deeply, but you choose not to let their opinions or negativity control your emotions. You care without losing yourself. To live with peace, you also need to spend time alone. Silence is your teacher. When you sit quietly, your thoughts become clearer. You understand your emotions better. You discover what you really want, not what society tells you to want. In silence, you connect with your true self, the one who doesn't need approval to feel valuable. Another practice that helps is gratitude. Every day, take a few moments to think about what you are thankful for. Gratitude makes your mind stronger because it focuses your energy on the positive. When you are grateful, it's harder for small problems to break your peace. Your mind becomes lighter and your heart becomes stronger. Sometimes, people may not understand your calmness. They may call you distant or strange. But don't worry. That means your fortress is working. You no longer react the way the world expects. You respond in your own way, with thought, balance, and grace. This is emotional freedom. This is real power. When you live with inner peace, everything in life becomes simpler. You make decisions more clearly. You enjoy your own company. You don't depend on others to make you feel good. And slowly, you start to attract better people and better situations into your life. Because calm minds create calm worlds. Remember, building your mental fortress is a lifelong journey. It's not about being perfect. It's about choosing peace every single day, even when life tests you. It's about walking away from drama, saying no when you need to, and trusting that your calm is stronger than any chaos. So, as you finish this series, take a deep breath and imagine your fortress again. Feel its strength around you. Feel the peace within you. You are not cold. You are clear. You are not careless. You are calm. You are not weak. You are wise. Protect your peace. Live with strength. And remember, when you stop caring about what doesn't matter, you make space for what truly does. That's how you build your mental fortress and finally find freedom inside yourself.